Good, with this lovely sunshine.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's not so much here, actually. Not so much here. Oh, can I just tell you, girls, of something that happened to me yesterday, which is a little bit like the rain hat situation with Debbie, and the sort of the blusher with Terry.
I'm sorry, Dee, you're being upstaged.
As usual, darling. Some things never change. You know what I mean? Anyway, you know, I haven't shared this with most people, but you guys know that my cap came out. You know, through lockdown.
What cap are you talking about? Hang on 1 second. Can we have some clarity? You mean your tooth crown?
Not that, darling. That ship has sailed many, many moons ago. Anyway,
well, it may have been stuck there. We don't know. Which cap? We're talking about the crown. Are you talking about the crown?
Exactly. You never know.
The crown.
The cap right in my front tooth, right?
Oh!
Yeah.
See, Sherry only just realises now.
I thought you said your cat has come out. I went,
oh dear. On every level, we're confused.
Fabulous.
Okay, start again.
Oh, yes, I know. I have a very diverse cat. Anyway. So my
God, we haven't even started drinking yet. We're
Exactly. I'll have to pour one quickly. Anyway, so this cap, my front tooth had come, the crown had come out. Okay. And this has been going on for about a month, 6 weeks with my dentist. I keep going backwards and forwards. Anyway, eventually she said, all right, I've got to make a new one for you. So yesterday morning, I go to the dentist, and on the way there, so I've taken out the false, she's given me a temporary one, and I've taken it out. I thought, I'm not going to see anyone. Got out of the car, and this lovely guy that I don't fancy, but, he's like 10,000 years younger than me, but I don't want to look like an old, maid, hag, whatever. So I just chatted, forgetting that I don't have a front tooth. So I'm tracking away to him, laughing. Oh, lovely. And I saw him looking at me like physically. Got into the dentist, and I thought, toothless.
Hysterical.
Anyway, that is my story.
It's like going back to the Victorian era, darling.
It is.
Oh, bless. Can you find him again when you've stuffed your tooth in?
I know, but he may not have recovered.
When he passes you in the street and doesn't speak to you, you'll know.
You'll know.
Exactly.
Oh, that is the saddest thing, Dee.
I know. It is sad. Oh, my goodness.
Hysterical.
I feel really sorry.
It's so funny when you said your cat has come out, and then I was thinking, the cat has come out. What, has he come out as a dog? I mean, I just have all these strange things in my head going on.
And I just heard cap as in
yes, I know.
Cap from the 1980s and 70s.
So today, ladies, we have, two wonderful guests, but the first one is one of my oldest friends in the world. We've known each other since 1750, I think, is when we first met. And I adore her. She's iconic. She's talented. She has everything anybody who's an actress would wish to have. Everything, the talent and everything. She is the most gorgeous Amanda Barrie.
Round of applause.
Oh, Tinkerbell's come to say hi again.
Another one. Oh, how lovely to see you. Oh, dog.
Hello, Dave.
Yeah, she came to see you. She's a huge fan. Hello, Amanda. Come on.
As we all are.
Welcome, darling. Lovely to see you.
Oh, look at that. Mine's on the floor.
Okay.
Somebody said that they couldn't quite hear me. Hillary's over there, like my director, going, louder.
Project.
Bigger and louder.
Fabulous.
Now, Amanda Barrie.
Yes.
You and I have known each other, I just said since 1750, probably.
I think it was. No, it was before that, darling. Come on. Let's be honest.
Maybe a bit, I am being, but I suppose really we first met on Stepping Out, didn't we, I guess? Do you reckon?
So. Apart from the fact that, a lot of people kept mixing us up, didn't they?
Yes, they still do.
I still do. People say to me,
really?
So good at with women, and I go, thank you, because I'm not going to tell them. Really.
Yeah.
But
it's true.
As I've told people many times, I've always said to people that Sherry was my love child, that I gave away at birth. But nobody actually knows who the father is. It's either Biggins or Lionel Blair, I think.
A perfect combo, and that explains everything.
Yeah, it does. That
explains everything.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, ladies, when we were in Stepping Out, Amanda was just sensational. And you must all know the story of Stepping Out, and she was the ballet teacher. And oh my God, what did you look like? You were just incredible.
Darling, that was for sure. Yeah, I lost so much weight because I had to stand with my back to the audience in a leotard and tights, and that scares the shit out of anybody, to be quite true. I lost pounds.
Well, you looked amazing, and we had a fabulous time, didn't we? And then did you go into Curry very soon after that?
Yeah.
You must have. That was 86, I think, wasn't it?
I'm not 86. I'm 85.
But did you go? When did you go to Curry? 87 then? 1987.
So I'm not very good at dates, but I think it was about then. Yeah, it was just after Peter Charlesworth, our agent, said to me, "You've hit the rock. This could be it."
Really?
And a bit like what's his name saying about getting another job. He went, "I think you'd have to live on your savings." I went, "What? What are you doing? What savings?
What savings?" Exactly.
Actors don't have savings. What do you mean? And
so true.
No, and he said
so true.
And then I got.
But before Curry and before I knew you, your career was just amazing. When you go back to, working with Barbara and all of that. Tell the girls about the clubs.
Well, no, because we worked at Winston's. So Barbara and I were, I think it was 1956, I think it was. And there was a gasp there. Did you hear that gasp? Somebody went, oh, it was an intake. It's before they built the roads, actually, darling. Yes, it was 1960. And she got those things that stuck out there. And at that time, I had the legs. So they were always trying, Bruce Brace, who ran Winston, was always trying to make us go on having no clothes on. We didn't have very much on anyway, but she had the top bit and I had the bottom. I've got a picture to prove it. Oh, I haven't got it up here now. And we were there doing Winston's in the middle of the night, darling, to all the people that came in, like Judy Garland. And wow. It was amazing.
Wow. So sorry, Amanda, what was Winston's?
It was a nightclub. There were all the clubs in the West End in those days. And they did a cabaret, which was kept up to date by very, very good writers. And ours was Danny LaRue and the cast. It was changed all the time. And we went on at about midnight. That's if Barbara arrived on time. She was always late. And we did it then. We did an hour and a bit cabaret.
Where was it, Amanda? Where was Winston?
Just up Bond Street.
Wow.
Yeah, just in Clifford Street, just up Bond Street. And we were out there, and the sort of we used to get the sort of bits of the not the royalty, but yes, bits of royalty. And everybody came in, and they were the worst because we didn't have any clothes on really, and they used to flick soap at us. That's just
random.
You know,
wow.
And we had all the gangsters in.
Wow.
And I hit the Richardsons' henchman over the head with a chair because he was trying to get to our dressing room. And I had to go up after us and say, I'm very sorry, but he busted into our dressing room. I'm sorry I hit him. And he'd just come up for razor slashing his wife. Oh. I'll get you. He went, oh, I can get you. And I thought, I live in Soho and I have to walk home from here. Anyway, I made friends with them. And then after that, when you were on, it used to happen with Barbara too, when you were on, if you're any of those sort of people and they go, quiet, sorry, she's up, quiet, come here, quiet. So it was really quite good. It was all right.
I wish we had people like that now. That would be really good.
You would have loved doing that cabaret stint because we just had every star in the book out front. You know, you just go, oh, you know, they all came in.
Yeah, because people would go from because people go from there doing their shows, wouldn't they? People that the variety shows, and that's where they go
it was
afterwards.
The place to go because of Danny in those days. Yeah. It was the place to go, and then you did your show, and then you went home, if you got home in the middle of the night walking through Soho, and then you got up again in the morning to go and do television dancing.
Oh, where did you live in Soho, Amanda? Where were you in Soho? What was it like then?
Well, because I went there from when I got chucked out of all my schools.
And she did.
I did, like you do. I went to the Theatre Girls Club when I was about 13 and a half, 14. And so I lived in Greek Street at the Theatre Girls Club, which was just the most wonderful thing. Because
what was it?
you lived there for, I mean, the equivalent of, I don't know, 10 bob it was in those days, a week.
Wow.
It was sponsored by Sir Compton Mackenzie and this beautiful mansion in Greek Street. And we all lived there. Betty Boothroyd was there when I was there.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I know. Hello, girls. And it was like a boarding school. And we had Miss Bell used to keep everybody out at the door. Little Miss Bell, she was a Scottish lady. And we had to be in by, 6 o'clock, I think. And everybody was doing auditions all the time. That's what they did. But you weren't supposed to stay there when you got a job. But because I was very young, they let me stay longer. So I spent quite a long time. And then I only moved down the road and lived in Romney Street. And then I've only moved across the road to Covent Garden. But now,
must have been a wonderful atmosphere, an amazing place to live.
It was. No, it was. And the prostitutes looked after you. They were amazing. And they were all of an age, I would say, really. They were really, really sweet. And they used to say, when I got my flat, eventually they would say, Amanda, there was somebody walking about. We told her to piss off. There was somebody looking about your door today. If you want to take the dog for a walk, come with us. So I used to go around Soho Square when I come back from in the middle of the night from Winston's and go around Soho Square with all the prostitutes.
How amazing. And Amanda, I have to say that the carry-ons, because I knew Jerry Thomas because my mum and dad used to come around to our house. And of course I was brought up on the carry-ons and you were so incredible in the carry-ons. Did you love doing them?
Well, I did and I didn't. I loved doing the first one, Cabby, but my agent got the dates wrong for Carry On Cleo. And I opened in She Loves Me to take over from Rita Marino the same day that I started filming.
Oh, my God.
Carry On. So I was a distraught wreck. But yes, I did love doing them, but it was a bit, I didn't know what I was doing.
That didn't know. You didn't notice.
Changed. It's never changed. I really didn't know what I was doing. I went, it's all happening around me, and I'm trying to keep up. Yeah, and
you've got the most iconic face. It's the most wonderful face that it's just you are so recognisable with your beautiful big eyes, and you're still the same. You're still so recognisable and gorgeous. It's such a lovely face.
So are you. All of you silly tarts.
And your hairstyle, Amanda, I used to try and emulate that.
Don't talk to her about
that was Vidal. That was Vidal in those days. Yeah. He
iconic.
He used to cut hair faster than anybody you see.
Yeah.
I heard him.
Tell them about your favourite person in the carry-ons. Wasn't it Sid?
Oh, I adored Sid. But we couldn't stop laughing. It was so bad. I mean, it's always boring when people talk about actors laughing, don't they? I mean, because it sounds so silly to everybody else. They don't realise that state of hysteria that you can get to.
It's the best feeling in the world. Absolutely the best feeling in the world. If
you laugh, or you're going to pee, or you're going to do something dreadful. And Sid and I got like that when we were doing Cleo, because all he had to say, you say to me, if it goes wrong, we just stop. Because you never had time to. And he had to come and say to me something like, and what we've got to do, we've got to get Caesar into your apartment. And he came in and went, what we've got to do, we've got to get Shakespeare into your cup. Then I went back and said, all right, again, do that. So what you got to do, you've got to get Shakespeare cut. Well, this went on. And we got through that, and he had a Caesar in the next scene we did. they did the same thing. And in the end, we were just like two ridiculous children crying. And this one shot, like they sent us home at 4:00 because we disgraced ourselves. There's one shot left of us walking round. I can see it, and I thought we were still laughing. They had to do all that. It's so bad, but Hilary always says to me, you can't tell stories about actors laughing because you can't describe it to anybody, can you?
So listen, Amanda.
What?
We've got, actually, he's everybody's best friend in the whole world.
Oh, yes.
Particularly you and Hilary.
Yeah.
It's our lovely Andrew Robley. There he is.
Hello, darling.
How are you, beautiful?
Okay.
You're
So here she is, Andrew. Amanda Barrie.
My wedding.
The little face is there. Oh, look at it, the little face. Hilary. Hello, Andrew.
How are you, beautiful Hilary, as well, in the corner again?
I'm in the corner again. We're going to have to keep her out of shot, whatever you do. She's there, yeah.
Right, Andrew, tell them about the wedding.
Well, it was just the most gorgeous day. It really was. We arrived at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane, and of course, my beautiful fiancée, Miss Sherry Hewson, was supposed to be my +1 for the day, but as usual, she was stuck in a taxi somewhere, so she was late. But I got to walk down the aisle with Helen Worth, which was very lovely.
Yes.
We nearly got married, actually, by mistake.
I know. The minister really didn't know who he was dealing with at the time, but I got to sing.
Not with us lot.
No, definitely not with you. With this grand entrance at the back. But it was gorgeous, and I got to sing Love Changes Everything from Aspects of Love.
Oh, you were
love that.
There wasn't a dry seat in the house, believe me. It was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous, wasn't it, Amanda? It was a lovely day.
It was a very special day. And you made it special, darling, by you singing for us so beautifully.
It was a joy.
And Hilary kept crying. I don't know whether it was because she was marrying me or whether you made her cry.
I think it possibly was.
By the way, it wasn't good.
She's still crying now, Amanda.
Oh, my God. I'm crying. What did I do?
That's why she's in the corner. Yeah.
I mean, a bit late in I mean, fancy me the blushing bride, darling, at 79.
As you've been so rude, I'm coming to say hello to Andrew and everybody.
There she is.
I'm coming out in my corner. I'm going back now.
Come back now.
Oh,
Come back.
you have to.
But it really was. It was just the most special location as well. To be in the Theatre Royal, it was just stunning, and it just led to just the most gorgeous afternoon. That led on to Joe Allen's at night and a very debauched evening.
Oh, no, that was.
Good, darling. But
I
Hilary
don't remember that.
I suggested that we just went out for a meal with a couple of people, and she said, "No, I'll do it." Well, she's like that, you see. So
Wow.
and amazing. But I did say before, before she had asked me on various occasions, and I kept saying, "Yeah, but I don't want to do it in those places." And it was one of the Ugly Sisters in pantomime said he got married at Drury Lane. I went, "You can get married at Drury Lane?" So I thought that's it.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It really was.
Oh.
And you both were just so gorgeous on that day. Not that you're not.
You were gorgeous.
Andrew, I'm getting so jealous. You know, I actually did think that all those lovely compliments you used to say to me were just for me.
No,
Everyone.
Those messages,
No,
Andrew,
we have to
that you
share
sent
it.
Debbie.
we have to
No,
share.
they're for everyone, darling.
Yeah.
No, they're for everyone.
Oh,
Everywhere.
Andrew, I need to know very importantly, Andrew, are you wearing any trousers?
I'm not, darling. No.
Have you got your shoes on? Your pointy boots?
I've got one pointed boot on, and the other one's a bit.
Always pointed. The right direction.
where's it pointing?
What about your socks, darling?
Yeah,
They're
what you
beautiful.
found
They've
out
got
there?
gold baubles on,
I didn't know
Oh,
what you were going to
lovely.
say there.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
big.
getting ready for Christmas.
which is probably why I walk as though I've got rickets. But never mind. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I love it.
Sweetheart. He has the most amazing shoes. Has everybody seen those shoes? No.
Jeffrey West. They're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Darling, no high kicks at the moment, please.
No,
No, we don't want things, you know. Oh, look at that.
That's amazing.
Very sassy.
They are, absolutely.
Ooh, Andrew, I hear that you do wonderful sort of musical messages to people.
Well,
Is that true?
It is true. And I think, you know, there's so much doom and gloom on at the moment.
Yeah.
Everybody needs just a little bit of lift, and whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing, they get it whether they like it or not.
Good. You send me one, darling.
Tell us about all the work you do that was so important with not just children, but also people with Alzheimer's.
Well, we're very fortunate at the theatre that I work at, which is the Brick Lane Theatre in London. It's the most gorgeous, gorgeous premises. And but not only do we put on shows of variety and music hall, very, very diverse shows, but we also take them out into the community. And we have a schools plan that we take out to a lot of the schools in Newham and the surrounding areas. We place musicals in there. And the thing is with these school plans is the English is not their first language, a lot of the people that are in there. But now we take musicals like Mary Poppins and Oliver and Annie, and they all get to join in with them. And you can't believe the excitement of these people. They've never had anything like this before. It's a brand new experience. And we're teaching them not only our traditions, but a season of camaraderie, that they all come together, whereas normally they're all off doing the different things, or they're on their phones or their Game Boys or whatever. I don't know.
It's so lovely because music brings everyone together to all sing the same song. It's
Absolutely.
Such a lovely thing to do. And to do musicals, it's not a religious thing, it's a uniting thing. It's
absolutely.
Such fun.
And more so, as I know that you know, when we go to the dementia places, that the joy of music and lyrics is one of the last things to leave their memories and their minds. And to see these people come alive with music that they've heard of, and you go on and you sing We'll Meet Again by Vera Lynn, and these people that have sat in the corner all day doing nothing, all of a sudden it's like a spark comes back into their life again. And it is probably one of the most humbling things I've ever done in my life, to be able to see
so
the
important
that you make.
Lovely.
So important to do it.
That's one of the.
Well, let's hope Brick Lane opens soon then.
Well,
Yes.
I hope so. Unfortunately, they lost their grant.
Oh no!
Yeah, which is just terrible, because they said that they weren't diverse enough.
Oh no, that's totally diverse though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, who makes the decision, Andrew, about what is diverse and what isn't?
Well, that's the problem. They have a panel of people that say, well, no, you've got
Council, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
And we're going to what good it will do, I don't know, but we're going to fight it, because there's so many people that go there all the time.
It seems what you do for the community, as a community of diverse people, is so important.
And
whether it's children or mature people.
We've got Remembrance Sunday coming up soon, and they have in the grounds of the theatre, they have a beautiful cenotaph, and we do a remembrance service there every year for about 500 or 600 people, and the British Legion come down. We have the pipers and everything like that, and I get to sing. The Reverend, the Canon Anne Easter, who is the Queen's chaplain, she does the service. It's an amazing, brings all the community together, irrespective of people's religion.
How much money have you lost, Andrew?
Oh, it's been closed since March. Nothing's been in there since March. It's literally.
So how much were you hoping to get?
Well, I think I honestly don't know the total, so I wouldn't like to say what the total was. We would have been able to reopen and bring the standards that you now have to get people back into the theatre. We would be able to put a show on, because I mean now is one of our busiest times, as all the theatres are. You know, we're coming up to Christmas, where we have a Christmas show, then we have a pantomime. It's the longest running pantomime in the country.
It is.
It goes on until the middle of March. You know, honest to God, I've false eyelashes on for so long, and that's another story. And my kids, you know, but it's just. I hope that when we open, I can invite all you beautiful ladies along. I know that Sherry and Amanda. In fact, Sherry was part of the pantomime last year. She didn't need to be, but
We loved it.
she went to the toilet and came out the wrong door. It was,
It's the story of your life, isn't it?
Well,
Sharon?
Amanda's done loads of pantomime. You really love pantomime, don't you, Amanda?
Yes, I loved it. Yeah.
She's the silly fairy, aren't you?
Thank you. Well, I've been through it all. Started off, sweet little young thing, went through the cat, playing the cat, then Dandini. Then it's got older and older. They've run out of things at the end. Oh, witch. Oh, old lady. Old fair. Yeah. And I've stopped now because I do not want those, I don't want those children to be terrified going, Mummy, is she going to drop dead on stage? That's not how is she? Oh, God, not in a minute. No, we don't do it anymore. No, we're not.
Do you have a song for us?
Well, funny enough, I was thinking about a song this morning because when Sherry and I first met, before we fell madly in love and became engaged, I was on a ship and I was doing my cabaret, and Sherry was there as a guest speaker, and we were very, very lucky. We just clicked instantly, and we just had to spend so much time together. So on the last night, I was singing. And we'd had just a few little gin and tonics. I think there was more gin than there was tonic. And she said, "Do you know what my favourite song is? Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing."
Oh, God.
So she said, "Do you know that?" And I said, "Yeah." So I started to sing Time of My Life. And we decided, I think more to do with the gin and tonic than anything else, that we would do the dance as well.
The lift.
So as you see the film where she runs and he catches her, we decided to do that as I was singing, and unfortunately her ladyship decided to do the full jump just as the ship went like that, and we disappeared off the stage, and we ended up, there was a big sofa, luckily it was times before cameras and things like that. We disappeared behind this sofa completely. I carried on singing, but all you could see was Sherry's legs doing this in the air.
Knickers.
It wasn't pretty.
Andrew, can you sing us out, as it were?
What would you like?
Well, what have you got that could sing, that you could sort of
no business like show
out.
business?
There's no
Jolly.
like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere can you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people, they smile when they are low. Yesterday you told us you would not go far, that night you opened, and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they've hung a star. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the Wonderbirds show.
So wonderful. It's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Can I just say thank you so much. That your show gives so much joy to so many people. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, Amanda.
Beautiful.
For being
Beautiful.
a fantastic guest.
Thank you.
thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Have a lovely day.
Oh, I don't want that to stop, girls. I want it to keep going. Please come
I
in.
know, aren't they wonderful?
Too many stories. Too many stories.
We need a
Amazing,
comedy night,
eh?
a cabaret night. We need it all together. It's just
We
wonderful.
just do, really,
You
we
know
do.
the club
What
that
a
she was talking
tonic.
about, Winston's, that she was talking about.
Yeah.
I just thought, there was the Stork Club. There were all of those clubs that were around in those
Yeah.
days.
Yes,
God, it would be so nice to have something around like that again.
Oh, wouldn't it?
I know. Maybe there
So
will be.
tomorrow, girls, Saturday.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Tomorrow
just
morning?
us.
What's happening?
We have no Richard tomorrow, so it's just us. We're going to have some fun. We're going to be talking about Christmas decorations, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
We're going to talk about Christmas and Christmas decorations and how we can make our own decorations and the history of Christmas decorations.
Oh, good God.
Oh,
okay, we'll be
boring.
doing that then, Dean.
All right then.
Yeah, all right then. Bye.
All right then.
See you
Oh well.
tomorrow.